You sure? You sure?
Yeah. People already.
My little niece here. My little niece Kendall. Oh my gosh, I almost said Kendall. Do you know why I almost said Kendall? Because Kendall was this size at one time. That's my other niece. Now she's 22 years old, I think. Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Angelo from the T-Squad family. This is my lovely niece. Say hi.
Hi.
Oh no, say hi.
Hi.
There you go. Okay, so today we have an exciting video we want to share with you. This is going to be a video that I'm always curious what is inside of my RV. Like the basement part of my RV, of the RV, like behind this wall. What is behind that wall? You're going to see. I see you creeping around the corner there. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. We have a novelist center here. If you have a novelist center, as they call it, this is a multiple. Let me just undo this here. This way you can see what it is. This is a multiple function area where you can put your cable, you can put your water source, your black, your flush, your controls to what you want to do to your RV, such as dry camping, power fill, city water, winterize, or siphon. Also, it has the button for the pump. And talking about the pump is behind this wall. Well, today's video is going to be about showing you what is behind this wall. What is it? Have it always been curious? Well, I know, but do you? Well, we already know what's behind the front wall, which is this one right here. It's actually, show them, there. Ta-da! What I'm referring to is this wall right here. So a lot of people don't know what's behind it. And if you notice, of course we know what's behind it, but we want to actually have a visual on it. Before we remove this wall, I want to show you, we have a couple pipes. This is called PEX. Blue is normally cold water. Red is normally hot water. This is actually going to our sink in our master bathroom. And if you notice this black pipe, that is actually the sink drain going that way to the black tank. I'm sorry, gray water tank. Up here, right there. That is a heat vent to heat this compartment in the winter. Let's go ahead and remove Sandy's little makeshift garbage bag here. We'll put it right there. All right, to remove this wall, be careful. You don't know if there's any wires back there, anything that you can damage, some pipes. That's why it's very important that when you do take these screws out, you always put them back in the same hole. Because why? Can you answer that, Brooklyn? Why do you have to put it in the same hole?
Or you could damage one of the wires.
Exactly. In case you miss the stud, you can go into the wires. So like I said, we know what's behind here. We don't have to worry about that. Let's open this wall up right here. All right, so I am going to, here, Brooklyn, you can go right here and you could video just me doing it. You don't have to video me because people are tired of seeing me. So what we're gonna do is we are going to use the drill to unscrew a few screws. Here's one. Uh-oh, did you see where that went?
Yes.
I did, got it, thank you, thank you. And we're gonna keep going. Two, I think we have one more here. Uh-oh, did you see what happened? The wall came out a little bit. We are not gonna open it yet. Oh yes, let's do it. Are you ready? There it goes. Look at that. That is so cool. Wow. Brooklyn, thank you so much for helping. I really, really appreciate it. All right. This is what is behind a fifth wheel wall. This right here is the water for the sink. So that would go to a gray water tank. And if you notice from a distance there, you'll see a little P-trap right there. That's called a P-trap. That is so the odor doesn't go in your shower. That is our shower. and you'll see a lot of red and blue pipes. Those are PEX. And then this big black one right here, that is actually your toilet going to your black water tank. So here we have this control panel. Who would have thought this is in here, right? This thing right here. You got a lot of things going in here. Now, over there on the distance is the fuse box, and that's where all these wires are going. But this is a bus bar for the neutral, okay? Brooklyn said, these are a whole bunch of wires going in, and this is a diagram showing you what these wires are for, and she is 100% correct. If you notice, this right here is the tanks, the level of the tanks. So these sensors go to your tanks, and then they have a generator, okay? And then they have a whole bunch of other stuff in here. Yes, in power and the battery, how your batteries are doing, because you've got 2 batteries. And then on this side is a whole bunch of other stuff we won't get too close to because that is electrical. Look in here. I actually want to crawl in here, but I'm afraid I'm going to get stuck.
I can crawl.
No, I don't want you in here. No way. So over there in the distance, that is your tankless water heater right there. Okay, right there, that big square box right there. The other one that looks like the back of a computer, that is actually your heater. And you'll notice that the top vent goes to this ductwork right here, which is which is right there. And that goes all the way through the RV. And that is what ducts your heater. We do have a couple other small vents that go to your bathroom and stuff like that and through there. So, you know, and if it wasn't for this right there, the Novelist Center, look at that Novelist Center. That is some work right there. I mean, that is a lot of pipes coming out that if you do not know where they are, don't touch them. So you'll notice the hot water goes into the hot water tank, the pipes. But this is what I wanted to show you as well. Right there is the water pump. So do you know what we use a water pump for? So we use a water pump for if we are not plugged in, or if we do not have source of water, like we're using your water in your barn, and we fill up our fresh water tank. When we're at a farm, we can use the fresh water tank, the fresh water from this tank that's sitting right under me, and that pump right there will go ahead and give us water throughout the RV. Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah.
Good. It was Brooklyn approved. So I so want to crawl in there. Oh no. So watch. I'm going to record Aunt Sandy what she says. We're just going to set this right here. Hold on. Let's set this right here. See what she says.
Can
you go put all your beads and your bracelets away?
Yeah.
When you're free. What?
We're doing a video. Well, you can actually hear Sandy. Oh, Sandy, wave. Hey, wave. Wow. That is actually the back of our drawer. Go tell Aunt Sandy to open that drawer again. There it is. Look, I could see Brooklyn's head.
Did you take that off?
No, I just opened this up and I wanted to show you everybody what it looks like under here. So I'm probably going to go ahead and seal that up right there. Yeah, I don't like that. Sandy just said yeah, Sandy just said, if you can't hear, she said, I kind of don't like that open. And I agree with her.
Because some things might fall out and tangle in the wires.
Yeah, not only that, there is a lot of wires in here, guys. I do not recommend touching anything. All those wires leading, and there's such a mess. All those wires are leading to that panel, which is right behind that wall. I can't get the back of it, but there's the electrical panel right there behind all those pipes. Well, this is neat. Not every day you get to check out what the black tank and the gray tank, and you'll see a piece of wood in there. That's the wood that they cut to get the hole, to get that pipe through the hole. And there's another pipe. This is all gray water. This is the only black water tank because it's got the thick pipe.
Yep, doodles.
Yepper. So here is your, yep, I'll show them that. Here is your pump. Okay, I am not touching anything back here, which means I'm not disturbing it, so I'm not worried about disconnecting a pipe or something like that in the back of the novelist center. But there is the little pump. You know, I thought it'd be bigger. It does have a little filter right here, it looks like. I thought it'd be bigger. But that little thing pumps the shower and stuff like that. So if you're ever wondering what a RV pump looks like, that's it. And it's probably less than the size of my hand, just like that. So if your pump goes, I'm pretty sure it's easy to take out with that. And look, they even have you just unscrew it by hand and unscrew this by hand, and that's it. It's a lot of wires. So here is your hot water tank right there. Try not to get the pipe in the way. There's your hot water tank. I cannot believe the amount of space. And you know what I'm very, very confused about? Is that right there. I don't know if you could see it. There's shutoffs right there. You have no, hang on, I get it. So right above there, right there, I can't see it, right there. Those are two shutoffs, one for the hot water and one for the cold water. Why they are there, I have no idea. We are definitely not going to be utilizing those because to get to those, you have to crawl back there. So that's pretty cool. I mean, weird. So you could see that I am actually sitting in the cubby hole. I don't know what you guys call it. So if you want to put it in the description and tell me what you call this, it's a pass-through. Yes, I know that. We call it our basement because of all of our stuff is here. So if you notice, I'm actually in the basement, right? And this is the wall that this board right here actually goes on, and it goes straight across like this. So there is a lot of room in here. I am actually shocked that they did not like keep all these wires organized and utilize this space. Oh, there's Alexis. Okay, thank you. Lexi said, "Hey, you guys are so cute. You little camera person." So one thing I did notice on my last RV is this right here was actually kinked, and I actually fixed it. So you'll notice one of those pipes goes down through the underbelly. That's because the underbelly is heated, and you always want to make sure the underbelly is heated because of the water tanks and all that. But dang, I can see. Guys, I'm telling you, let me show you something. You can actually see inside my RV right there. Yeah. That is, so we're all like freaking out because there's an opening there and you can see the back. I mean, listen, I'm not saying any animals can get in there, but if you get a little something in here and it crawls its way through, it is making its way there. Nice. Another reason why I would open up your wall is to see if you see any animal droppings. I mean, you never know if you have mice in here. And if you do open up your wall and you do notice it, then you can treat it. But if you do not ever open up your wall, you don't know what the mice are doing, eating your wires and your pipes and stuff like that. So I would definitely recommend at least doing it that way. But make sure your power is completely off in your RV. This way, in case you do touch the wrong thing, you don't get zapped. You know how bad I just want to like take these wires and zip tie them and just put them together and just bunch it up together like this. And golly, I just want to do that. But nope, this is just a video of showing you what is behind your basement wall. I'll tell you, if you by chance have a clogged drain, it is so easy. They just made it easy. Right here, you just unscrew that, take this P-trap off, which goes down like that, and then that's where you would just swap out the P-trap or clean it. But other than that, everything else is nicely sealed. There's no leaks. And another thing, you do want to inspect your RV. I mean, fully once you bring it home, because you just never know what you will find after the fact. Girly, I should have had you go in there and record. That is some tight space. And look at that. This is all that's holding this entire section of all these wires.
Do you want me to show more?
Yes, this is your hot water tank. And what this is a vent to allow the hot air going out and not going inside your RV. And same thing, well, we don't want to look at it in case it turns on. Anytime they use the hot water, this turns on and it's very, very hot. So you never want to stick your head there. And same with this. Once the heater's on, which we very, very rarely use down in North Carolina, the hot air comes out of here. So never stick your face here or here. Yes, and this is what it looks like from this angle here. And this is the Novelist Center. This is behind the Novelist Center. A lot of confusing stuff going on here. This right here, this top pipe right there, is your hot and cold for your outside water spigot. And then, of course, you have your dials here, right, that will switch off on this side where you want it to go for different positions to adjust for, like your winterizing and your dry camping and stuff like that. And then and down here, these right here are your pulls. I have 3 pulls here. I have 2 grays and 1 black. So this front one is the gray, the second one's the gray. And of course, see how they put the black tape? I'll put it down there. They put a black tape here. That's actually your black tank, so they know, you know, this is where the black tank one goes. I mean, look at that. That is so discouraging. That looks like a lot of stuff in there. But if you just follow everything in your head, like where this goes and stuff like that, it's not that bad. You pretty much get an idea of what is all this stuff here. But that is pretty cool, guys. So moving on to what is behind this wall. Not much. I will show you real quick why we have you on the video. So right here you have 1 tank here. This is a 30-pound, and it's got your regulators and stuff like that, okay? And it's got the dial that's switched to that side, so we're using the other tank right now. And that's what's on this side of the wall. I did show you this earlier. This is such a mess right here. Check out my other video. You'll see exactly what's behind here. Sandy tells you everything. It's got the inverter prep. It's got the battery, the 2 batteries here. It's and then you got your solar and stuff like that. So we do use this for storage, but that's behind this wall. And let's go on this side. We are here on this side. And right here we have a door. And this is your other tank. And here is your regulator as well. Each one has one. And this is the full one. This is the one we're using right now. And that's actually behind here. So, and then from there to the other side is the front. But here you go, one more view of the inside here, guys. What's under here. Hey guys, if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. So please go ahead and send me a question. Tell me what you're thinking of what your thought is. If you would love to send me a video or a picture of your inside basement without power, this way you're not hurting yourself in case something happens, I would love to see it. I'm always curious on different RVs and what's behind the wall, the basement wall there. So, hey, I'll tell you what, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have not subscribed, I'm always inviting you to subscribe to our channel and check this video out right here. If you have not watched our video on this RV, we just purchased it a few weeks ago. We are still going through the phases of discovering things. We just installed our 3 toppers. Yes, 3 toppers. And that's it. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next video. In the meantime, stay safe and happy camping. Simple. Yeah, where'd you go? I got stung and my niece just ran off. She's like, oh, I'm out of here. So I'm going to put this back right now. And you can see how simple this is. Besides, I'm walking over everything. You just fit it in. Fit it in like that. And this side is in. I'm going to match the holes. Put my 3 screws on this side. And it went in perfect because I'm using the same holes. That was good. And yes, I did get stung on my leg here. It hurts. Okay, and I do believe I have one more screw right here, and I'm going to follow the same screw. That was where that stud started, and it goes that way, that half wall. All right, let me jump on the other side, and we'll end this video.